Hello. Last week, we saw Pfizer announce an effective vaccine for the COVID-19 virus. This week, we're seeing Moderna also announce that they have an effective vaccine for the COVID-19 virus. It made me wonder how the leadership of these two pharmaceutical companies are faring. Now, certainly, they would not trade their own stock on this type of material information. So we also want to look at these 10b-5 plans. So these are effectively plans that kind of supposedly make it, very difficult for leadership to trade on insider information. Now, what we're going to see here is I'm not so sure how effective they are. So to review here, these SEC rule 10b-5, it's a way for C-suite people or anybody at a company to trade the stock in that company, right? So it's a plan that they put in place. It's predetermined. It says, they're going to specify everything in advance. We're going to trade on these intervals at these prices. And the idea there is there can't be any material non-public information involved when they have these trades. So both the seller of the stock and the broker, they'll both have to be they have to agree that there's no material non-public information. Now, I have previously spoken about material information. You can check out that video here. I'm going to follow that up with some other things that seem to be kind of a breakdown in the process, but this whole COVID-19 thing got me thinking about it. So this is a rule. It's supposed to make it basically impossible for insiders to trade on non-material public information by setting up this predetermined plan. So, of course, what do we have here? We have Pfizer last week again announced that they had a vaccine. But if we go back to August 19th of this year, we see that the CEO, Albert Bourla, he implemented one of these 10b5-1 stock trading plans in order to set up future sales going down the road. So again, he's specifying in advance, it's a predetermined plan. And lo and behold, the very next day, Pfizer announces that they have some vaccine works and they're expecting it to be successful. Not saying anything here was inappropriate, but it seems very suspicious to me that one day after, wow, there's some new news that I would argue is material, even though we knew they were working on it. This kind of confirms they're being successful at it. Now, of course, what happens? We go back to November 9th of this year. Pfizer actually announces that they have a vaccine that's 90% effective. And what do you know? The stock price jumps up big. And what do you know? It hit the price target for Bourla, so he's able to sell $5.6 million of stocks. Now, the company's going to say, look, hey, these are all predetermined prices, blah, blah, blah. But we knew that he changed the plan back in August, or implemented it back in August, possibly knowing that this vaccine was going to be successful, knowing that it was going to impact the price, could then set a price target based on how much he thought the stock price was jumping. I don't know if this is true. I'm just saying it seems very suspicious, the timing of all of this. Now, of course, today in the news, we have Moderna has a new vaccine out there that's apparently even more effective than the Pfizer vaccine. Question is, what's going to happen today with this leadership at Moderna? What kind of stock selling are we going to see today from them, either inside or outside of one of these plans? We can also see here that, in fact, yes, the Moderna stock price did, in fact, pop today based on this news. My only thing here is, hello, SEC, what's going on here? I mean, to me, these seem like red flags, and they seem like this is a rule that is just ripe for alteration. Thanks so much for listening.